faint beeping of machines filled the sterile hospital room as Nkoli's eyes fluttered open. The white ceiling, the crisp sheets, the faint smell of antiseptic, nothing was familiar. Nkoli, you are awake! Uzondo's voice trembled with relish as he rushed out to call the doctor. Nkoli blinked in confusion. Where am I? What happened to me? Why am I in the hospital? She asked, her voice shaky. Ijoma, anxiously waiting, desperate to confirm her fears, stepped forward with a tense smile. You are in Akwete, she answered sharply. But why are you here? Akwete, Nkoli answered. I don't know. I don't remember anything. I only remember running away from an arranged marriage my father planned. Yes, I was going to Akwete, to my brother's fiance's house in Akwete. Ijoma, yes. But that's all I remember. So why am I here? Why am I in the hospital? Her face was clouded with confusion as her brows furrowed. Ijoma's heart pounded in her chest. Her worst fear was now confirmed. Nkoli wasn't just anyone. She was actually Uchagozi's twin sister. She knew that if Nkoli regains her memories from past 3 months, her dream wedding would never be. The realization sent a shiver down her spine, but she quickly masked her panic with a forced smile, already plotting her next move. Her marriage to Uchagozi was at stake, and this was her chance to erase her past cruelty. She composed herself swiftly, a calculating smile hidden behind a mask of concern. Nkoli, she began, trying to take advantage of the situation. You're in Akwete with me, Ijoma, and you've been staying with me for the past 3 months now. We're having so much fun until the accident in the kitchen. Nkoli stared at her confused. Accident? I don't remember. Immediately, Uzondo, accompanied by the doctor, entered the room, offering a gentle smile. Miss Nkoli, the doctor began. You've experienced a mild head trauma, which has caused partial amnesia. You may not recall what happened to you in the past few months, but with time, your memories may return. For now, you need a lot of rest. Nkoli's heart pounded. I don't remember anything. Her voice cracked. Uzondo held her tightly. It's okay, Nkoli. We'll help you through this. Ichoma's eyes lit up with an idea when Uzondo left the room to speak with the doctor. She leaned in close to Nkoli, framing stories of how exciting the last 3 months had been for her. Nkoli, she whispered softly, it's been 3 months since you left home. You told me not to tell anyone about your whereabouts. You've been staying with me and my family. Nkoli's eyes widened. I was staying with you? Ijoma nodded solemnly. Yes, my dear. And we've become so close. I'm just glad you're safe now. Nkoli, overwhelmed, whispered, thank you for being here for me. Moments later, Uzondo re-entered, noticing Nkoli smiling warmly at Ijoma. His eyebrows furrowed slightly, sensing a shift, but Nkoli's grateful expression kept him silent. Ijoma's mask of kindness stayed firmly in place. She was determined to keep Nkoli in the dark, protect her secret, and secure her engagement to Uchagozi at any cost. After Nkoli was discharged, Ijoma and Uzondo gently guided her back into the house. Nkoli's eyes flickered with confusion as she took in the familiar yet distant surroundings, feeling an unexplainable mix of comfort and yet unease. Let me get you some water, Ijoma offered sweetly, making Uzondo raise an eyebrow at her unusual kindness. Later, Ijoma pulled Madam Amaka aside and whispered urgently, Mama, Nkoli is Uchagozi's twin sister. I found out at the hospital. But she doesn't remember anything we did to her. But I need to make sure she never recalls mommy. I must marry Uche. My life depends on him. If not, my life will be ruined. Her voice trembled with anxiety. Madam Amaka's eyes widened. Really? Then we must keep her from remembering then? From that moment, Ijoma transformed into the perfect caregiver, tending to Nkoli's every need, Uzondu watched in silence, his suspicion growing. One day, as Nkoli sat on the couch, Ijoma brought her a bowl of pepper soup. "Please eat oh, you need strength," she said sweetly. "Thank you, Ijoma," Nkoli said softly. "I don't know what I would have done without you." When Uzondu confronted Ijoma later, she replied, "People change now, eh? That Nkoli's accident has opened my eyes. I've changed for the better. I want to treat her better," she said, trying to convince her brother. But Uzondu knew better. He knew he had to stay close to Nkoli. He had to wait for the truth to reveal itself. Nkoli's days at the house became a confusing blur of warmth and unfamiliarity. Ijoma was ever by her side, helping her dress up, giving her drugs, and even laughing softly at Nkoli's hesitant jokes. Uzondo observed everything with quiet skepticism. One morning, Madam Maka with a wide grin approached Nkoli. "Nne, how are you feeling today? We are so happy you are back home." Nkoli smiled faintly. "Thank you, ma. You all have been so kind." As Nkoli settled into the living room, Ijoma sat beside her, holding her hand gently. "Nkoli, I know you're trying hard to remember everything, but don't stress yourself, okay? It's unfortunate you can't remember all the good times we had, but it's okay. We'll make new ones, and I'll always be there for you." Uzondu looked at Ijoma, shock filled in his eyes. Nkoli nodded. Her eyes filled with gratitude, but deep inside, fragments of forgotten memories nagged at her. Later that day, Uzondu found Ijoma in the kitchen. "This sudden kindness, I don't even understand it. It doesn't feel right, Ijoma. What's going on?" Ijoma's eyes flashed with irritation. "Must you question everything? Nkoli needs us now. But does she need lies too?" he challenged. Ijoma's face hardened. "Stay out of this, Uzondu." As days passed, Nkoli found herself bonding with Ijoma, trusting her more each day. Yet at night, alone in her room, flashes of arguments, betrayals, and pain haunted her dreams. One evening, as the sun set, Nkoli gazed at the horizon. "Why do I feel like something is missing?" she whispered. Ijoma, standing beside her, placed a hand on her shoulder. "Nkoli, you're safe here. There's nothing to worry about." But in Ijoma's eyes, there was a flicker of fear. She knew that the day Nkoli remembered, everything would fall apart. The morning sun streamed through the curtains as Nkoli sat on the bed the next morning. She was staring at the unfamiliar room. Then she heard footsteps and soon Ijoma entered with a bright smile and a tray of breakfast. "Good morning, dear," Ijoma said cheerfully. "How did you sleep now?" Nkoli smiled softly. "I slept better, thank you." As Ijoma set the tray down, Uzondu walked in, observing the scene quietly. "Nkoli, let me help you with that," he offered, but Ijoma quickly stepped in. "No need, Uzondu, I've got it, I'm here," she replied sweetly. Uzondu's eyes narrowed. Ijoma, you have changed overnight." Ignoring him, Ijoma turned to Nkoli. "Let's go for a walk today now. You need fresh air. Staying indoors will not do you any good." Nkoli nodded eagerly while Uzondu clenched his door, suspicion growing stronger. Outside, Madam Amaka joined them. "Nkoli, you're looking lovely today oh," she said. Nkoli blushed. "Thank you, ma." As they strolled, Madam Amaka dragged Ijoma. "She still doesn't remember, does she?" she asked, curiosity in her eyes. "You have to be careful. You have to be careful," she said. Later, Uzondu confronted Ijoma. "Ijoma, Ijoma, what are you planning?" Ijoma smirked. "Nothing you need to worry yourself about, brother." But as the days passed, Nkoli's nightmares grew more vivid and her memories started to flicker back. One night, she whispered in her sleep, "I'm sorry, Madam Amaka." Ijoma was standing in the doorway that night. She froze. Fear flashed in her eyes. The countdown to Nkoli's memory returning may just have begun. Days turned into weeks as Ijoma played the role of the perfect caring sister-in-law, hovering over Nkoli with forced smiles and sweet gestures while masking her growing anxiety. Nkoli, however, continued having an unexplained ease. One evening, Nkoli pleaded earnestly with Madamaka, "Ma, please, I've never been to the kitchen since I came to Akwete. Can I make dinner for the house tonight?" Ijoma looked up, shooting a disapproving glare at her mother. But Madam Maka, after a moment's hesitation, reluctantly agreed. That evening, Collie hummed softly as she chopped vegetables, savoring a rare moment of peace. Suddenly, the sharp click of heels echoed down the hallway. It was Ijoma. She was obviously looking for something. She burst into the kitchen, her face a mask of frustration and urgency. "Where is this thing now, eh?" She hissed under her breath, checking through drawers with increasing agitation. Her movements were fast and the tension in the room thickened with every move. Collie watched puzzled. "What are you looking for?" she asked. In her haste, Ijoma grabbed a wooden spoon and in the process mistakenly knocked over a metal utensil holder. The loud clang rang through the kitchen, jolting on Collie. Her breath hitched as vivid flashes invaded her mind. Ijoma's icy glares, her venomous words, and the moment of betrayal. The attempt to hit her with the same wooden spoon. The fall, the pain, she remembered every single thing. Tears brimmed in her eyes, but she swallowed hard. If Ijoma knew her memory had returned, she would be in danger. She forced a smile. Collie turned back to her cooking, her hands trembling slightly. "I can't let her know. Not yet." After cooking, Collie retreated to the guest room, her mind spinning as the floodgates of her memory burst open. Every single forgotten memory came rushing back with vivid clarity. No longer confused, a renewed determination burned with her chest. As night fell, she quietly slipped out of her room and knocked softly on Uzondo's door. He opened it, concern etched on her face. "Uzondo," she whispered, tears already gathering in her eyes. "I remember everything now. Everything Ijoma and Madam Maka did to me." She sank onto a chair, her sobs muffled by the thick silence. Uzondo closed the door and knelt beside her. "You remember?" he said excitedly. "Tell me, Collie, why? Why did you leave your father's house to pretend here in Akwita as a maid? Why?" he asked, his voice filled with confusion. Nkoli's voice trembled as she recounted her past. Her father's insistence on an arranged marriage, her desperate escape to Akwete, losing her phone and stumbling upon the maid vacancy. She wiped her cheeks, her voice cracking. "I was trying to avoid being married to the wrong person," she confessed, tears rolling down her face. "I need to prove to my father that arranged marriages can be disastrous. My own experience was terrible and now my brother's future is at risk with Ijoma. I have to show him who she really is." She looked at Uzoma with pleading eyes. "Please, please, if you have anything I can use to prove to my father that Ijoma is not right for my brother, please. I know she's your sister, but my brother Uche is a gentle soul. Ijoma will ruin him with her lifestyle and expectations. Please help me." Uzondo's expression hardened with conflict. "You're asking me to betray my own sister? To help you against her own happiness?" Nkoli's eyes bore into his. "Please, Uzondo, I just need to change my father's mentality so we can choose our own paths in life. Please help me." Uzondo sighed deeply. "I'll think about it, Nkoli. It's a hard thing you're asking." Nkoli thanked him with a hopeful smile and slipped back into the night, begging him, "Please, one last thing. Don't tell anyone my memories are back." "That won't be a problem," Uzondo promised. Early the next morning, as Uzondo was leaving the house, he overheard Ijoma talking to Madam Amaka. "I forgot to give Nkoli amnesia drug yesterday, Mama. I'm really worried. She was acting really yesterday. I need to give her the drugs, Mama. I need to give her this morning so she won't remember anything." Uzondo froze. Unable to believe his sister's cruelty. She had been giving her drugs so she would never remember. No, she had crossed the line. That evening, Uzondo approached Nkoli. "I have a video clip," he said hesitantly. "I accidentally captured Ijoma pouring dirty water on you and yelling during a Zoom meeting I was attending. I recorded the whole meeting. If you need it, I can get it." Nkoli's eyes widened. "You will? Wow, thank you so much." Uzondo nodded. "Yes, and I also have pictures of you mopping with a bruised face. I don't know if that will help. I used to admire your face a lot, so I took a lot of pictures." Nkoli pretended to remain oblivious, going about her days as if she still believed Ijoma's lies. She stopped taking the drugs Ijoma brought, thanks to Uzondo's warning. Meanwhile, Uzondo discreetly recorded Ijoma's conversations with Madam Amaka, his mother, gathering clips and voice notes where Ijoma confessed to faking kindness to secure their arranged marriage. Finally, Nkoli announced her intention to return home. Ijoma and Madam Amaka feigned sorrow, but their relief was evident. The next morning, Nkoli left Akwete. "Take care, Nkoli," Ijoma said with a forced smile. Nkoli simply nodded, grateful to be free. Back home, Nkoli quickly met her twin brother. She showed him the evidence and told him every single thing that happened. His face darkened with anger and shock. I can't believe she would be this wicked," he muttered, "and to think I was going to marry her." "Brother, I'm sorry about everything. Now you understand why I had to escape. We need to tell Papa. Papa needs to see these things. Arranging someone for another person without knowing that person for whatsoever reason is really dangerous. Papa needs to know." And together, the twins met their father, presenting the evidence to Chiwagozi. His eyes filled with regret as he watched the clips. "My daughter," Chifagoze said, voice heavy with remorse, "I was wrong. I never realized the damage an arranged marriage would cause. Please, forgive me." Nkoli's eyes brimmed with tears. "Papa, I forgive you. We will have to make sure Ijoma never does this to anyone else." Chifagoze nodded. "I agree with you, my daughter. I think I know exactly what to do." Soon, a small party was arranged under the guise of an engagement celebration between Uche and Ijoma. Ijoma and Madam Maka were invited, and the guest house arranged for them. The next day was the event, and Ijoma and Madam Maka arrived, dressed glamorously, oblivious of what was going to happen. When all the guests had gathered, Chifagozi cleared his throat, beckoning for silence. Uche stepped forward, holding a microphone and a laptop in hand. He called on Ijoma, who stood beside him smiling. Immediately, Uche excused himself, projecting the recorded clips onto a large screen. Gas filled the air as everyone witnessed Ijoma's true colors. Her insults towards Nkoli, her mocking laughter, and her open admission that she was only nice to Nkoli to maintain their arranged marriage with Uche. "This is who Ijoma really is," Uche announced coldly. "Someone who tormented my twin sister while pretending to be the perfect fiance." Ijoma's face paled. This isn't real. This isn't real. This is framed," she stammered, panic clear in her eyes. But Nkoli stepped forward, her posture straight and unyielding. "This is real, Ijoma. You hurt me and you know you can't deny it. You lied to everyone. Now, the truth is out." The crowd parted, letting Ijoma and her mother stand isolated. Chief Gozie then declared, "I will not allow a woman of such character to join my family. Please leave now and make sure you never return." Shamed and defeated, Ijoma and Madam Maka could only gather their things and slip away, humiliated in front of everyone they hoped to impress. As the sun dipped, Nkoli stood on the mansion's balcony, breathing in the cool evening air. Uche joined her, placing a gentle hand on her shoulder. "My sis, are you okay?" he asked softly. Nkoli smiled, relief washing over her. "Yes, so I am now. At least I've proven that forced marriages can lead to misery and deception." I'm just grateful you and Papa finally understand. Chifagozi appeared behind them, his voice tinged with remorse yet filled with pride. Nkoli, I can't change the past, but I promise you I will never force my children into a marriage again or anything at all. I only hope you can forgive me for the past. Nkoli smiled wildly, tears of gratitude filling her eyes. I do forgive you, Papa, and I hope this is a lesson we all learn from. In that moment, the Agosi family found a sense of unity they had been missing for a long time. Nkoli's journey had been painful, but it ended in triumph. She had exposed cruelty, changed her father's mind about arranged marriages, and reclaimed her life on her own terms. The final chapter of Nkoli's story was not about revenge or bitterness. It was about justice, growth, and a future shaped by her own choices. Proving that sometimes the greatest victory comes from facing the past head on and emerging stronger than ever. The end. Wow, what an incredible journey we've been through in Nkoli's story. From the twists and turns, the emotional highs and lows. But above all, we learned that our choices shape our future. Nkoli's choice to leave her father's house and to move away, in spite of the fact that everything had been arranged for her, shows that it's good to have courage in certain circumstances. Also, Ijeoma's inability to tell the truth, even after all she had done to Nkoli, was for me the height of it. I believe maybe if she had come out to apologize for everything she had done, there might have been a chance for her and Uche to get along. But then, nobody knows. Now, I would like to hear from you. What are your thoughts on this story? Do you think Nkoli was right? Running away from her father's house, getting clips and videos that indicted her brother's fiance, and even falling in love with her future brother in law. Well, I would like to hear your thoughts on this one. Let me know in the comments below. I love to hear your perspectives. Please drop a comment, and if you haven't subscribed yet, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications so you won't miss out on any of our stories. To end today's story, here's a quote to carry with you. The truth may hurt for a while, but it will always set you free. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, stay care, be good, bye.